PaperPal Research Assistant. Hello and welcome to our channel Techie Talks AI. Today we are diving into a project that will revolutionize the way you approach research and content creation. Imagine you have a complex technical topic and you need to write a comprehensive blog post about it. You would have to spend hours scouring the web, digging through academic papers, and then somehow synthesize all that information into a coherent article. It's a daunting task, right? Well, what if I told you that you could automate a huge chunk of that process? That is where PaperPal comes in. Hi, welcome to Techie Talks AI. I'm Sri from Shogini. On this channel, we showcase hands-on demos and insights into AI automation and no-code tools. We have created several Make.com modules to simplify no-code automation for you. Subscribe and join us on this journey into the future of technology. You are an expert research strategist specializing in generating strategic search terms for a comprehensive research coverage. Your task is to analyze the given research topic to identify key concepts and aspects. Then generate 2 to 3 specific distinct search terms that capture the different dimensions. Ensure the terms are optimized for both academic and web search effectiveness. Focus on terms that will help find recent research papers and theoretical developments, industry applications and real-world implementations, current challenges and future directions, cross-disciplinary connections and emerging trends. Provide terms as structured list optimized for research databases and web search. For this, we will use the arXiv database. It is ARXIV, pronounced as arXiv. So here we have the PaperPal UI. It's an AI-powered research assistant that takes simple research topic and transforms it into a well-structured, insightful, technical blog post, complete with citations, both academic papers and web sources. So here is an example. Topic is AI chatbot for small businesses. So here arXiv research papers on it, the links to the papers, then web search results, and the links, and then the summary blog post, real impact of AI chatbots for small businesses, what the evidence says. Okay, and at the end, we have the references. This gives us a concise, informative blog post with references. So PaperPal is an AI-powered research assistant that takes a simple research topic and transforms it into a well-structured, insightful technical blog post, complete with citations from both academic papers and web sources. We have heard the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. But in the world of software development, I believe that seeing a working application is worth 1,000 lines of theory. So in this video, we are not just going to talk about the concepts, we are going to walk through the entire PaperPal application. Line by line, we will see how it uses multiple AI agents, each with a specific role, to build a workflow that is both powerful and efficient. The link to the full source code is in the description below, so you can follow along, experiment, and even adapt it for your own projects. Ready to see how it all works? Let's get started. So the high-level overview. Before we dive into the code, let's see the UI. So on the left side sidebar, we have the model selection. Any model for which you have the API key, you can place it here. We will see where in the code. Okay, and the research topic. Here you can enter the research topic. We can select whether you want to include arXiv search for research papers and web search. I have tick marked both. And number of search terms, default is 2. That is 2 dimensions of the topic it will analyze. And clicking start search will begin the search. Here we have the result. And we also have some pre-made question templates, which by clicking on these buttons, you can directly research based on these topics. And then finally, we can also click here to export the result. Okay, and the interesting thing is the sessions are saved so that you can recall previous research activities. just before we get into the code, let's also look at the application log. Okay, so this is the start. And here it says which model that we are using, GPT-5. And here we are printing the instructions that we are passing to the model. You are an expert research strategist specializing in generating strategic search terms for comprehensive research coverage. Your task is to analyze the given research topic to identify the key concepts and aspects. Generate 2 to 3 specific distinct search terms that capture different dimensions. Ensure terms are optimized for both academic and web search effectiveness. Remember, these prompts are critical. You can adapt it to further improve based on your use case. And so here it's passing our query, impact of AI chatbot for small businesses. Number of terms, 2. That is what we have selected in the UI. So here it has obtained the search terms. See here, search terms. After getting the search terms, it is calling the AI agent again with these things. Your task is to search archive for the top 10 papers related to the provided search term. Select 3 most relevant research papers based on direct relevance to the search term, scientific impact, and recency of publications. And for each selected paper, output should be in JSON structure having these details: title, ID, authors, a summary, and the link to the research paper PDF, and links related to the research paper, and reasoning for why the paper was selected. Okay, so here is the search term using which we are calling the agent. It is making these tool calls. Okay, so here is the output in JSON format: title, ID, authors, and the summary. Second research paper, third research paper. Okay, it has got 10 research papers. Now it is going to pick top 3 from it. So it has picked these top 3 from the about 10. And finally, it has generated the output. Okay, so here is the final output. Real impact of AI chatbots for small businesses. What evidence says. And that is what we see here. Okay, so let's get into the code. Remember, to start the application, all we need is Streamlit run app.py. So here, these are the 2 files that we need to know. Agents.py is importing the needed libraries, Python libraries. And then we also have a PostgreSQL database that is running. If you do docker ps, you will notice that PostgreSQL database container is running. The command also is available in the URL that you will access. Okay, and then here we are loading the .env. So here I have my .env file, which is a hidden file that contains the API key to my OpenAI. In this case, I'm using OpenAI, but all my other API keys are also there. So you will need to create this file and put your API keys there. Then we have 2 Pydantic models using which we will ensure that our terms follow the structure. So search result structure, title ID, author, summary, PDF, URL, links, and reasoning. Okay, so get PaperPal agent. So this is a function in the agent.py which we will call to initialize the PaperPal agents. So we are putting the PostgreDB here. We are passing the DB URL here. And this is the first agent. This agent is search term generator agent. Here it will choose the model that we have selected from the sidebar. This is the instructions for the search term generation agent. So next is archive search agent. Search term generator, archive search agent, web search agent. using Exa. So this application has got 4 agents. So starting from top, we have the search term generator agent. Then we have the archive search agent. Then we have Exa search agent for web search. Then we have the research editor that will create the final blog. And when we call the get PaperPal agents, it will return the 4 agents and also archive toolkit folder. Okay, so that is agents.py. Then we have the app.py. Again, at the start, we have the imports, but here we are also importing the agent.py. Okay, then rest of the lines are Streamlit lines, which we have covered in our n number of previous videos. Very easy, self-explanatory syntax of Streamlit, which create the sidebar and the main area. So here we have the restart session, which will reinitialize the agents. And anytime we change the model from the drop down on the left sidebar, this function gets called to use the newly selected model. Then main is the function that runs all the time. And here we have the title and subtitle. Then the left side drop down for the selected model. This is the text box. Ask me anything about the research, you start a new research. Here we have the pre-made buttons. So here we have the start research button, and we also have some buttons for pre-made searches. So these are the topics. Based on your need, you can extend this list, and accordingly more buttons will appear in this loop. Display chat messages is the Agno library utility to handle chat interface for the Streamlit application. That makes it very easy, just calling this single function. And remember, this process research workflow is what is calling all these agents in the proper sequence. Okay, so it's getting the agents here and generating strategic search terms and doing the archive for research papers, searching web for current insights. All these are happening one by one by this workflow function. Then finally, generating comprehensive research blog. So what did we learn today? We saw how to build a sophisticated AI application using Streamlit for the front end and multi-agent architecture for the back end. We learned how to define agents with specific roles, give them tools to interact with external services, and structure their outputs for reliable workflows. PaperPal is more than just a demo. It is a practical tool that you can use and extend. Imagine adding more data sources, different types of output formats, or even more specialized agents. The possibilities are endless. I hope this walkthrough has shown you that building powerful AI applications is more accessible than ever. Remember, the link to the code is in the description. It is from the Agno cookbook, and I encourage you to download it and run it and play around with it. There is no better way to learn than by doing it. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel Techie Talks AI, and let me know in the comments what you like to see next. Thanks for watching and happy coding. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Your support really helps. Have ideas or suggestions? Drop them in the comments. Let's build together. At Shogini, we offer expert NoCodeMake.com and Python AI automation consulting with ready-to-use modules to jumpstart your projects. Stay tuned and subscribe for more.